Blacksmif started I'd say about a year ago. No, maybe a bit longer than that, a year and a half ago. I mean, that's as Blacksmif. I've been doing other things under various like worse names. I used to be producing under the alias of Megafor at one point in my life, and that was like back in the sort of drum and bass days. Then about a year and a half ago, I really sort of it's hard to explain. It just kind of clicked, you know. Like I just sort of like I think I'd just been like playing around with it enough that I knew I knew how to do certain things on the software, and it was just then about like actually finding a sound that I was like, yeah, this is me, and not me like trying to imitate or be someone else. And the whole idea of Blacksmif and the name of that is sort of like following on from how I found my sound, which was the drums. So I've basically been playing the drums in a few bands as well, like as the time went on, and yeah, I just like fell in love with the percussion of that whole sort of scene, and what was sort of evolving from, you know, original dubstep stuff to the more like, you know, bass music and all of that. It was more like garagey and two-steppy percussion, and I'd always play the drums, so I just sort of put the two and two together. But they really understand sort of like what I you know, what I try to do with my music, and it's sort of the whole, you know, it's like dance music for home listening, if that makes sense. And the tracks all on there, I mean, they're actually quite sort of they're tracks that I had for quite a while, and it made me understand that obviously in the nature of the game, you don't sort of just like get a track and it just like, you know, gets like released straight away. There's quite a long process, but the tracks all sort of fit in with that idea of I mean, even the title track of the EP, And the Sun Rose Out, was one of those tracks where I really sort of like found like my confidence in my music, because everyone, you know, has those days where you think, oh, actually that's a pile of crap, I can't believe I just made that, I'm not gonna send it to anyone. But with And the Sun Rose Out, I really like understood what I was doing, and then all the other tracks were sort of made around the same time as well, and it's just I don't know, it's just like it's the whole EP is an experimentation, I guess, like trying to sort of delve into like how far you can go away from, you know, the origins of obviously like what has influenced a lot of my music, which is, you know, like dubstep and reggae and dub. How far you can sort of stretch them, but obviously still keeping it within the confines of something that is like understandable to like everyone else, other than you just sit in your room like raving away, this is amazing, but no one knows like, you know, what it is you're on about. People like James Blake and If and Daffyd, like I would love to DJ alongside people like them. Also like Joy Orbison, fantastic Mr. Fox, and Subtract as well, actually, brilliant. I mean, I'm actually like, well, it's taken a long time to sort of really form a concrete plan together, but I'm making a sort of I won't say album just yet because we're not entirely sure. It might be an EP, it might be an LP, I don't know, but I'm making a great deal number of tracks with Sampha from Subtract at the moment, which is really fucking cool, because I think he is just I mean, obviously both members of Subtract are really talented, but like Sampha's voice, man, is like something else. And also there's another really talented rapper who's a mate of his, who raps under the alias of HAS, and again it's just quite a refreshing project to do, and that's what I like about sort of this whole scene, and what I try to do with my music is like stuff that's just a bit like refreshing, and you know, you've not really a bit different. A battle in my head about sort of software and sort of what software to use, and some people say like, oh man, you should use this software because it's like the most amazing thing. For producers that are starting out, I think, do you know what, just like whatever software you got, or whatever software you know you're going to get that, and just like spend like as much time as you possibly can just like learning that software in and out, and like ignore other people saying like this is better than, because once you learn like a bit of software to you know, as much of a maximum potential as you can, then like it doesn't really matter what software it is, you know how to make the sounds out of it that you want, and I don't think that really, I think that's the most important thing. But the other advice I give is also like, don't listen to you know, people sort of like, don't listen to other sort of trends and things that are going about. I mean, obviously take your influences from sort of what you like in that, but I think just like make what you like and what you want to listen to, and have that as the basis for your music, rather than sort of
not what other people are
doing. I think a lot of people try and fit into a scene, and I think that's like, I know that sounds so gay and hippie, but like it's not being true to yourself, and it comes out in your music. I think like you can tell in someone's music when they've done something that's really like from like inside, as opposed to just like, oh, this sounds cool, I'm gonna try and do a bit of that, and you know. So basically, don't listen to people is the be all and end all, I think, of that. At the moment, like a number of really talented artists actually that I think aren't as big as they should be, like Arkist and Khan, and you know, Moscow and Jack Dixon, Damu, people like that. But also like there's one guy like in particular who I think is just making like, he's only made 2 tracks like in total, but like in my head they are just the most amazing things I've ever heard. This guy called George, who he produces under the alias of Phanes, Phanes, and he's just got like, he's got a real like intelligent creativeness about his music, and I think one of his tracks got played on Jamie XX's you know, Essential mix they do for BBC Radio 1. But yeah, if anyone like is just like scrolling through SoundCloud and wants something like interesting and different to listen to, Phanes, he's really talented. Like I really hope he does a lot more than just the 2 tracks he's got at the moment.